stack further radiating orbs, and especially some of our more destructive spells. Like if we use our destructive wave here, this can hit in a very large area of effect, and especially if we use the radiant version of it here, you can see it's a massive area of effect. Or we can just go with the classic flame strike, which also has a large area of effect, and that radiant damage is nice because then that's going to further stack radiant orbs. You get 6 stacked right now in Gale. Then we got a Radiance to the Dawn, which also hits in a large area of effect, deals a ton of damage, and then on top of that we got even cantrips that can do it. But yeah, we stack radiant orbs like crazy, and then have Dazzling Breath there to do a bonus action. So this is going to be some of the fastest you can stack up radiating orbs. Combined with going with that level 11 Paladin with the 1 level of Warlock, it's quite strong. So yeah, this one is pretty fun. Now the final class I want to cover here is the Giant Barbarian, and we can actually multi-class this to make it a little bit better. It's pretty strong on its own though, because it'll let you throw any weapon in the game that you want, and Barbarians in general are just strong because they can be kind of tanky, just taking half damage in the rage. With an ability score somewhat like this or this, depending if you want to use a strength or dexterity based weapon. I just want to make a note here, the Berserker Barbarian is probably the best thrower, because you can add at level 9, once you get level 9 Berserker, you can add in 3 levels of the Rogue Thief, and get that extra bonus action for your bonus action throws. However, the Giant Barbarian is also quite good too, because we get a double bonus on our throw damage, and then we also get the Elemental Cleaver. At level 5, it does get quite a nice movement, or a nice boost here with increased attacks, and the Boot of the Giants letting you do a bonus action kick and potentially knock targets off of ledges and take them in one shot. And at level 6, this is the Elemental Cleaver, which gives the thrown property to any weapon in the game. This is the only way you can add thrown to like the Baldur Giant Slayer, for example. It also adds additional cold, acid, fire, lightning, or thunder damage to the weapon. What's nice about that is adding cold damage to a weapon means that you can use the Snowburst Ring and create snow patches or ice patches below the enemy, and they can slip and fall, upsetting their concentrations. It actually is very, very strong. And at level 10, we get Mighty Impel. This is basically a suplex attack, and we can throw creatures around using it. It's a lot of fun. Now, we could continue with this, but I think the best way to do this is actually go add in the fighter, and you can add like dueling if you use a single weapon or great weapon fighting. Getting another fighting style is always nice. And the thing is, action surge, extra action. I mean, it makes sense. That's one of the best multi-classes for the Giant Barbarian, just because level 10, you get that Mighty Impel, which is just perfect. You have to be enraged to be able to use that, but even the Boot of the Giants is quite nice. You get a pretty long range on it. So the thing is, whenever we attack, we have to get into combat first to be able to use the abilities here, but whenever we go into this, we can always go with our rage here if you didn't use your bonus action. So when we go into our rage, we're going to increase in size here, which is cool. And then on top of that, we can go with the Elemental Cleaver and add an elemental damage type to our weapon, so we can go ahead there. I'm not using the ring at the moment, but then we can go ahead with throwing our weapon, and what that gives us is a pretty nice time, because whenever we go to throw, we can throw this weapon here, and it's actually going to do its normal amounts of damage. So for some reason the path is blocked. So yeah, so we can do a couple things. We can do the Mighty Impel here, which we can throw anything in our inventory, or we can just throw, you know, Volo. So this animation looks hilarious. You literally do a suplex. It was enough to one-shot him. But then you also have your throwing attacks. So we can go ahead with throwing our weapons here. And what's nice about this is it lets you do actual damage with the weapon. For some reason, that happened. A cutting word stopped it. We'll try that again. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there, why it's not happening, but normally you can just throw your weapon as per usual. Getting that bonus action throw as well, you can throw people off of ledges, making the Giant Barbarian extremely powerful. So yeah, that is the top 5 most strong patch 8 subclass multi-classes, I guess, in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Fuck off.